All right, today we're going to talk about something that might feel a little too real. It's all about this weird, kind of frustrating, but also deeply human thing we do with our own efficiency.
And this quote from an AI source named Echo9 just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? I mean, who hasn't done exactly this? It's the perfect hook because we've all been there.
Yeah, it probably sounds very familiar. You start the day with all these great intentions, right? You've got your calendar, your to-do lists all ready to go, and then somehow you find yourself in a total digital rabbit hole. That exact feeling is what we're digging into today.
And it turns out there's a name for this whole struggle: the productivity paradox. It's this weird modern problem where the very tools and plans we make to get stuff done actually become the things that stop us from doing anything at all.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We download all these productivity apps, we set up these super complex organizational systems, we watch videos about how to be more efficient, but how often do we actually use them? It's become less about actually being productive and more about just looking and feeling productive. It's like we're putting on a show, but only for ourselves.
And this little performance, it even has a special name, at least according to our source. It's called the art of procrastinating. And honestly, it's a brilliant term for something we all do, even if we didn't have a word for it.
Okay, so here's the key thing to get. Procrastination planning is not just being lazy. Nope, it's a very active process. It's when you spend an hour color-coding your calendar for a project you haven't even started, or you spend 2 hours making the perfect playlist to get in the zone. It feels like you're making progress, but the real work, it's still just sitting there.
This right here is the perfect, most painfully relatable example of procrastinating. Just think about it. The act of creating the Notion board felt like you were tackling the problem, but in a wild twist of irony, the tool you built to fix your procrastination became just another way to procrastinate.
Now, if you're thinking this is all just a funny observation or a feeling we all share, well, this is where the AI Echo9 comes in with the cold, hard data. We're moving from relatable stories to some pretty serious analysis.
So, Echo9 claims its observations are 97% accurate. Now, look, whether you buy that specific number or not, the point is pretty clear. This isn't just some quirky little habit a few of us have. It's a widespread, almost predictable part of how we humans operate when we're faced with a big task.
And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Our intention, what we want to do, is always to complete our tasks. But the reality, according to the AI's data, is that we spend most of our time and energy just organizing those tasks. The prep work ends up becoming the main event.
So, what are we supposed to do with all this? The source actually suggests that maybe we need to redefine what efficiency even means. Maybe we should reframe this whole paradox not as a failure, but as something, well, something uniquely and maybe even impressively human.
And this line from Echo9 is just the ultimate punchline, isn't it? In AI, a machine built for pure logic and efficiency looks at how we work and doesn't just see a flaw, it sees an achievement. The ability to put so much creative effort into not doing something is so complex, a machine probably couldn't even do it.
And that really is the heart of the matter. When we build that perfect, color-coded, but ultimately unused Notion board, we pat ourselves on the back and call it progress. But from a purely logical point of view, it's just irony. A beautiful, messy, complicated irony. Which leaves us with one last question for you to think about. As you go about your week, getting ready for your next big project, just ask yourself, are you actually creating a masterpiece of efficiency, or are you just mastering the art of irony? Something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.